Look, this is Brabant. Brabant just as I remember it. I grew up here. Vincent van Gogh. You probably know me from these paintings. Sunflowers. Almond blossoms. Imagine you're lying under this tree. In the grass. Peer through your eyelashes. Can you hear the birds? Can you feel the spring? Now I'm world famous, and everyone thinks it's beautiful. But when I was alive, nearly no one understood what I was trying to say with my work. I wanted to paint in the way that I saw things, but also in the way that I felt them. That's how I wanted to make art. It took me a long time to figure this out. First, I had to find out what I wanted to become. That wasn't easy. I grew up here, in Zundert. I attended the village school, but I much preferred being outside, walking around, looking at nature. I learned that from my mother. I left home when I was 11, went to a boarding school in Zevenbergen. At 13, I went to a boarding school in Tilburg. On the steam train. Such speed! What an invention! Do you already know what you want to be? By the time I was 15, I still didn't. But I had to do something. So I went to work for an uncle in a gallery in The Hague. I sold art there, drawings, paintings. I also worked abroad, but got tired of the trade after a couple of years. I wasn't tired of art. I loved to draw, though I wasn't very good at it. My drawings looked more like scribbling. Like this one from The Hague, or this one from England, where I wanted to become a teacher. This map I drew with my little brother after rambling around Etten for quite some time. And I made this one in Belgium, where I worked as a lay preacher. Art seller, teacher, lay preacher. I was already 27 and still didn't know what I wanted to be. Fortunately, my brother Theo gave me an idea. He wrote, "Vincent, you're good at drawing. Why don't you do something with that?" Of course. I'd always made drawings, and I could learn how to paint. So then it hit me. I should become an artist. I had no time to lose. I returned to my parents in Brabant. Practice, practice, practice. There was just no stopping me. And slowly but surely, my scribbles became real drawings. I went back to The Hague where my cousin Anton taught me to paint with oil paint. It started to look like the real thing. I got my first commission. The cityscapes of The Hague. The train station. What a building, all that glass. Still, I prefer drawing and painting ordinary people. And not just in the city. I left for the countryside of Drenthe, to the farmers and their simple, hard-working lives. Sod huts, peat workers, shepherds, sheep and horses. But the people were surly. They wouldn't let me draw them. Autumn began, and Drenthe was cold and wet. I became ill and felt lonely. Back to Brabant I went, to my parents in Noonan. I had a studio for the first time, but I preferred heading out, going outside. I wanted to show the farmers' hard lives. I sat and drew the entire winter. And look, here they are. Sitting at the table with their wizened faces in the shadow of a dim lamp. With their calloused hands, they stab at the potatoes that they sowed and harvested themselves. Others thought it was worthless. Take a look at that woman's nose. It looks like dice at the end of a pipe stem. But I'm still proud of it. I had begun. I was an artist.